Some watch brands are famous for their dial execution, like for example, Grand Seiko with their various iconic models. Well, micro brands are now catching up and giving us something that we haven't seen before. In today's review, we'll focus on a French watch company called Awake and their Son Mài Fragments collection. As always, in this review, I'll point out all the positives and the negatives as I find them. My name is Oleg, and that right there is Mr. Bond. Now let's talk about the case and the dimensions. This collection comes in a 316L stainless steel case. It's 39mm in diameter, 45.5mm from one lug to another. The case height is about 11.8mm and the lug width is 20 mil. The finishes on the case are well executed. We have a combination of high polish as well as satin finishes. We find satin finishes on the flanks of the case and high polish finish primarily on the bezel as well as on top of these lugs. At the 3 o'clock position, there is a push-pull style crown signed with Awake logo. Using the crown is pretty good. It's not too large where it digs into your wrist. It's also not too small where it's kind of finicky to get a good grip. I think it's a good size. At the front of the watch, we find a double domed sapphire crystal with some AR coating. And here's one of my suggestions for future releases. I wish they included even more AR. It's not like this watch is missing any AR coating, but with the dial this gorgeous, it would be nice to have even more of that immersion and even less of the glare. Again, it's not bad, but it's just, it could be better at showcasing the beautiful dial, is my point. Looking at the back of the watch, we find a sapphire crystal here as well. It is, of course, a screw-down display caseback displaying the movement, which we'll talk about in a couple of minutes or so. Because first we have to talk about this dial. That's clearly the star of the show. And this dial really combines two specific traditional techniques. First, we have a technique to make this sparkling metal-like effect on the dial. It is a Japanese technique called Raiden. This technique consists of laying layer after layer of crushed mother of pearl in a unique mosaic pattern. No two dials are alike because all of the dials are handmade. And on top of that, you add the Vietnamese Son Mài lacquer. This is what Awake is really famous for, the usage of this lacquer on their dials and in the watchmaking industry. I think they're the very first ones to do it. And the effect is mesmerizing. In person, I think this watch looks even better than it does on video. I did my best to capture this dial from different angles, the way it sparkles, the way it plays with the light, and the way it kind of camouflages itself to different lighting conditions. It's unlike anything else that I've seen in the watch industry, and I've been reviewing watches on this YouTube channel for many years. I should also mention there are a couple of other dial variations available in this collection. However, this blue one is my favorite. The other unique part of Awake watches is the way they execute their lume. And even though this watch only has about 50 meters of water resistance, so it's more of a dress watch than a sports watch, but they still went ahead and gave us some lume. You have the highlights around indexes and around the set of hands. Looking at this watch in the dark, it looks very unique. Again, a signature of this brand and something that I haven't seen done before. The only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is the logo by the 12 o'clock position. The way it says Awake, I think the font is just a little bit too bland. For their newer models, I saw that they changed their font. I think they updated their logo, which was the right decision. For this model, it doesn't look bad. It just kind of looks boring, right? On such a beautiful watch, I was expecting something a little bit more special, and looks like they are improving it with the future models. The only other text that you will find on the dial is handmade by the 6 o'clock position, and that's it. There is no rail track, there is no chapter ring, there is no writing by the 6 o'clock position, nothing. It's a very clean, sharp dial, which I think is the right call. You don't want to have a bunch of writing blocking this beautiful mosaic pattern. By default, the watch comes on this leather strap. The leather strap is actually of really good quality. I wore this watch on my wrist for a couple of weeks actually, and there's very little signs of wear. That's how I judge a good leather strap from not such a good one. Some leather straps, as soon as you put them on, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, and then you can really see the strap either peeling or it really deforms. This one here actually held together really well. You also have this sort of like velvet texture, suede texture at the back, and that's executed with blue because of course the dial is blue, signed with Awake, and there are a couple of quick release pins to easy swap this strap for something else. The last thing that's kind of unique about the strap, I guess, is the way this tank buckle is executed. You have these sort of holes there. They don't really do too much. It's not as if, you know, it's more light now on the wrist, but it kind of looks cool, I guess. And speaking of the fit on the wrist, here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. I think the fit is good for this type of a watch. You can easily wear it as a dress watch. It's fairly thin. It also sits fairly flat to your wrist, so it will slide under the cuff of pretty much any shirt, but you could also wear it as an everyday type of a timepiece. And I think it will also look cool, and it would attract actually quite a bit of attention because of this dial and the way it sparkles in the right lighting conditions. As far as the movement chosen for this watch is the Lume caliber G101, which is a slightly different movement than G100. The G100 comes with a date complication. This model, of course, has no date complication on the dial, so that's why it's the caliber G101. But the specs of the movement are pretty much the same. It still beats at 4 Hz and it still comes with roughly 68 hours of power reserve. This movement is sort of an alternative to something like a Sellita SW200 that prior only came with about 40 hours of power reserve. Now they bumped it up in the new Sellita movement, but that's why a lot of companies do use Lume movement. On top of that, the movement is finished to a slightly better degree. It features some Côte de Genève striping on the bridges, and overall it is a pretty movement to look at as far as the sort of introductory Swiss movements go. The only thing you have to get used to with this watch and this movement is the rotor noise and vibration, because the rotor winds unidirectionally, so you can definitely hear it and feel it on the wrist. I don't know how much the microphone picks up, but in person you definitely can hear it. So it's not necessarily a deal breaker, it's just something to be aware of. And speaking of deal breakers, I don't think there are too many. I think this is a very competent watch. It's a beautiful watch with this unique dial and the overall execution. The only thing that I would say, it's not exactly a cheap timepiece. You have to really appreciate this design and to appreciate this watch and put a lot of value on the hand-finished, handmade dials to pay 2,700 euro for it. And if you are in that club, well, great, there's another option for you with a unique dial, with a bit of a story, and as I said, very competent execution. I'm excited to see more releases from this watch brand, but you let me know what you think about this model. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Why? Leave your comments below. I always enjoy reading them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps out quite a bit. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos like this and other watch related content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.